it going, guys? My name is TJP and welcome back to another NBA 2K23 MyNBA rebuilding challenge. Well, it's not a rebuilding challenge, it's an 82-0 challenge, but we're doing the 10 best shooting guards versus the 10 best centers of all time. According to NBA 2K ratings, no duplicates, injuries off one season. Because we had our little series with the all-time teams, and it turned out that the best teams were the centers and the shooting guards in terms of just overall record. So hopefully they can get match up in the finals to kind of just determine which position is the best. So this should be a lot of fun. Before we do, leave a like, subscribe, comment down below for video videos, socials, playlist, section channel, main channel, or download description if you got the content TJP. And with that being said, let's get on with gameplay. Alright, so let's show you guys each the team. So if we look at the rosters, so you can see this is just the same 10 centers from the 10 best centers of all time. So I have to, adjust each rotation. And then, of course, the 10 best shooting guards, non-duplicates, things of that nature of all time. So, pretty interesting. Let me know down in the comments below what team you think is going to win. I mean, in terms of overalls, you would think it would be the centers that have the advantage. But surprisingly, then again, the shooting guards also have Greg Popovich as coach. I don't know how much coaching plays into this, but it might have some kind of an effect. But let's adjust the rotations, make sure that everybody is playing. So I'm going to do that, and I will be back with you guys very shortly while I fix the rotations. Alright, so I came up with the minutes for each team, so you can see here the minutes allocations that I have here. So there you go. That is for the centers team, and then if we look over at the Spurs, this is their team, so there you go. I gotta change the system efficiencies for each, so we're gonna do that. So let's make sure that that's all right. So we go to system efficiency for the Spurs, 4 stars, defense. We might as well run like something that gives us as much stars as possible. So we're gonna go balanced, and then for the Pistons, defense is fine. We could also do grit and grind. Will Chamberlain's face just wasn't loading. Okay, there we go. Yeah, we'll go grit and grind. That's your preferred system doing Casey. That's fine with me. So let's see. I guess we could stay on the centers until we get to whenever we play the Spurs, which is right here, and then they play the Spurs again here. So we'll stay on the Pistons and see how long it takes for them to lose a game, and then we'll also keep tabs up with the shooting guards as well. So we will simulate through date here and see. I would assume that they will probably both be undefeated by the time we get to that game. Obviously, of course, nobody's going to go 82-0 here. I wouldn't say that. But it's going to be hard for two teams going. Two teams are not going 82-0, so someone's going to be losing at least a game. Maybe both of them split. That would be kind of cool if that happens. We'll just adjust rotation manually, and that works for me. Okay, sim regular season, and here we go. So far we do actually have a loss. I didn't even see that. The Spurs have a loss. They lost to the Trailblazers. Anthony Simons gave 37 points. James Harden 21. Drexler. Okay, so the shooting guards so far are no longer undefeated. The Pistons are still 25-0. So I guess we could just stay on this team until we get back to here. So yeah, we'll stand with the Spurs. So we'll sim to this date, sim through date, and then we'll probably just simcast the game. We'll just have the prospect scouting just be automatic, doesn't really matter. Yeah, the shooting guards, with a loss already, but they do revenge themselves against the Trailblazers right there. And yeah, we'll simcast the games, the games that they face against each other, because that'll be kind of fun. I am curious to see if the shooting guards will be able to beat the centers, because the shooting guards didn't lose a single game in our test scenario, but obviously here they did. So we have the Spurs and the Pistons, so let's sim with simcast here. Do the Pistons have a loss? They are so far undefeated, 41-0. So this should be a good game. We will simulate with simcast here and see what happens. So simulate game here, and the centers get off to a blazing hot start in the first quarter, blazing hot in the second, and it looks like they're going to blow the brakes off of the shooting guards, 145 to 107. which is pretty insane. I mean, the rebounding probably wasn't even close. 19 rebounds as a team versus how many rebounds this team had? Versus 58. Wow. I mean, they don't take threes, but they rebound the ball. A lot of second chance opportunities and efficient scoring from around the rim. That is definitely going to be very helpful for them, as you can see. Just looking at the stats there, yeah. Kind of unfortunate, but there you go. So the shooting guards could not get the W there. Now, do they play the Pistons again right here? We can sim up to this game here, and then we'll switch back over to the Pistons. Because right now they are undefeated, so we'll sim through date right over here. Expecting us to stay with the... and they just lost to the Grizzlies, 131 to 128. So the shooting guards are now with 3 losses. That's a little bit concerning. But, yeah. Because, I mean, when we did our video, they didn't lose a single game. And now they're losing. So what is going on with the shooting guards? I'm not really sure. But we are coming up against the Pistons, so we'll take a look at... we'll go back to them after we sim past the trade deadline. So I don't want to stop. And here we are. Are they undefeated still? They did lose. Who'd they lose to? They lost to Cleveland. Let's take a look at the box score here and see what happened. Yeah, Darius Garland, Donovan Mitchell did their thing out there. And Kareem, 25 points, 23 for Shaq, but not enough. Hakeem was 3 of 9. So that was not the best. Yeah. And, I mean, they out-rebounded them. They just lost the game. So then I got the Spurs here, the shooting guard team. So we'll sim a simcast and see if the Pistons can beat the Spurs or if the Spurs will get revenge. Spurs get off to a good first quarter, decent second quarter. It's kind of close. Can the Spurs push it? Oh, they had the lead and blew it. Bad fourth quarter as the captain, a.k.a. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, was able to lead the Centers to victory. So they beat them in the season series, the shooting guards. I mean, this one was a lot closer for the shooting guards, but just unfortunately didn't do that well in the final quarter of play. So there is that. So we'll see. So obviously none of the teams are going 82-0, which is kind of funny, but it's not because they lost to one another. It's because the Pistons going to beat Cleveland, interestingly enough. Oh, gosh, that's kind of funny. That is really, really funny. They beat Cleveland there, though. So we'll simulate the rest of the season. We'll take a look at the stats, and hopefully these teams can meet in the playoffs, and honestly, in the finals. Kind of just to prove once for all which team is going to be the best one. I would assume it'd probably be the Centers that end up winning, because size definitely matters. So they ended up going 81-1. Luka MVP, Banchero, Dwayne Wade was the 6th man of the year for the shooting guards, and 12.8 points, 5.3 rebounds, 6.7 assists, and was really efficient from the field. So good job there from Dwayne Wade. Plus 19.5 on the plus minus, which is pretty insane if you think about it. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. Giannis, Defense Player of the Year, Most Improved is AP, Coach of the Year, Dwayne Casey, 81-1. Do we have any Pistons or Spurs on any of these teams? We do. We have Wilt Chamberlain, who put up 21.3 points, 7.9 rebounds, 5.5 assists. He was our point guard for the Centers, and makes sense because he did lead the league in assist one year. So there's that. That's why we put him at the point. Yeah, dude's broken. So Spurs, Michael, Jeffrey, Jordan, all defensive team, over 2 steals a game. Wow, some really efficient scoring as well from him. So great job there from him. And then Dwayne Wade also making all defensive second team as well. So that's cool to see. And that's about it there. So let's take a look at the standings for each team. So we'll look at the Spurs and the stats as well. Spurs went 76-6. They lost 6 games. Respectable indeed, but the Pistons were 81-1, so 5 games better than your shooting guard team. Look at the team stats. You can see Pretty interesting stuff there. Very interesting contrast. So here are your team stats here. So for the players, 6 guys average double figures. A lot of guys average almost 9 points a game, which is pretty crazy. Gorgie Dang got some minutes he wasn't supposed to. Clyde Drexler led the team rebounding. Facilitation-wise, it was Tracy McGrady, and he was our center, which is kind of interesting. So I don't know why that is, but I guess he's just Tracy McGrady, man. Tracy McGrady just does Tracy McGrady things. 6 guys at least a steal a game. Case of Michael Jordan, he had over 2 steals. Block shots, Dwayne Wade over 1. Most for score was Michael Jordan. Nobody shot below 50%. And from 3, our worst three-point shooter was David Thompson, but everyone else shot over 40%. And then free throw shooting, you had James Harden with 50, 40, 90. So that's cool to see. Free throw shooting was pretty solid. Now, if we look at the Pistons, our centers, we had 2 guys average above 20, 7 guys in double figures. So that's cool to see. In terms of rebounding, Bill Russell and Will Chamberlain leading the way. A lot of guys at least 7. Assists per game, Bill Walton was the best facilitator for us. 4 guys at least a steal a game. 5 guys at least a block shot. Most efficient scorer from the field was Dave Cowens. Nobody shot below 55% from the field. In terms of three-point shooting, not really that existent on this team. Very minimal threes were taken. Free throw shooting also not the strongest suit, but you know what? There wasn't anybody that shot below 60%. I mean, you had some guys that were pretty decent as well, so fair play to them. So here we go. We are in the playoffs. We're going to simulate each round by round, simulate the play-in. Got the Pelicans here, so that should be kind of interesting. So the Pelicans are a good team. They have Westbrook somehow. Westbrook is supposed to be on the Clippers. So I don't know how they got Westbrook. Oh, they traded for him. Interesting. Okay. And the Bulls in the East. Bulls are a good sim team, but yeah, no, they're not going to beat this team. Come on now. All right, simulate each round. We're hoping that they'll each get past in a sweep, and that is exactly what they do. They got the 5th seeded Memphis Grizzlies in the Western Conference, who will now have Clint Capella, which is kind of cool, I guess. And then, of course, we over here have the Sixers, another good sim team, but this is going to end very poorly for the Sixers, I would assume. Yeah, both sweeps. Okay. So we got the Lakers in the Western Conference Finals. Alex Caruso is back on the team. Nice. I don't know who they traded. They also got Miles Bridges. That's interesting. So they have an interesting team. Milwaukee 6th seed with Giannis. I mean, Giannis is a scary guy, but you know what? We got size to combat him. So let's see. Simulate each round. And the Lakers did take a game on the Spurs, but the Spurs and the Pistons are in the finals. The shooting guards versus the centers. The matchup we wanted. So Kobe Bryant versus Will Chamberlain. Those are your Eastern and Western Conference Finals MVPs, respectively. So we're going to simulate game by game. Game 1 is a Pistons win by 17 points via the box score here. Kareem led the way, and Michael Jordan led the way for the shooting guards. Okay. So there's that. And I don't know why I'm so tired now. I guess because I didn't get a lot of sleep. All right, game 2. Spurs get the victory, so they even it up. So it is a series. Game 2, the shooting guards got it. They were able to beat them this time, close it out. And they had a really good second and third quarter. James Harden led the way with 25, Ray Allen 18. A lot of guys did their thing out there. And although they got out-rebounded, they also forced more turnovers and shot extremely well from 3. So there's that. Game 3. And the centers win again, 147 to 130. Michael Jordan led the way for the shooting guards. As for the centers, they got off to a blazing hot first half. Bill Russell, 25 and 11. So Shaq had 23, 22 for Will, 20 for Hakeem. Moses below hit his free throws. A lot of guys hit their free throws today, which is kind of cool. Not a single three-pointer attempted. Game number 4. Will we make this a 2-2 or will it go 3-1? It goes 3-1. It was a 1-point victory. The shooting guards needed that win there, but couldn't get the job done. They only turned the ball over 6 times, but yeah, if they had hit one more shot, it would have been very helpful for them. But unfortunately, they couldn't get the job done. So we are going to a decisive Game 5. Down 3-1. It's going to be tough for these shooting guards to come back from this, but maybe they have a shot. Let's see. The centers get off to a very good first quarter. Oh, this is going to be a blowout. And it looks like the centers are going to win unless the shooting guards can fight back. And they actually did fight back for a bit, but then, yeah, no, they ended up losing. So there you go. The centers, the best centers of all time, ended up winning. Kind of not a surprise in 2K. Although I will say, it's kind of surprising that the shooting guards did go 82-0 and then 16-0 when we did them, by themselves. But against the centers, no match. The height, the size, just too much to overcome. And the Pistons ended up winning the finals with Wilt Chamberlain taking home the finals MVP. So we'll take a look at the playoff stats here in case you guys are curious. We'll glance at them real quick. So here you go. Leading scorer was Wilt Chamberlain. Leading rebounder was Bill Russell. Leading facilitator was Bill Walton. We had 3 guys at least to steal a game. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys with block shots. Most efficient scorer was Bill Russell. Shot over 70% for the field. And then 3-point shooting, not many taken, but there you go. And then free throw shooting, Patrick Ewing. In terms of the Spurs, aka your shooting guards, we had Michael Jordan lead the way in scoring, 6 guys in double figures, nearly 7. We were the leading rounder was Clyde Drexler, Tracy McGrady with the most assists on the team, most steals per game. We had 5 guys at least to steal a game, nearly 2 for Clyde, 3 guys at least a block shot. Most efficient scorer was David Thompson in terms of the shooting guards. And 3-point shooting, it was James Harden, and then free throw shooting was Ray Allen. So there you go. That is going to be your 82-0 challenge is complete for the all-time team. So it looks like the all-time centers ended up taking it. So there you go. With that being said, full screen and close of the video. Alright guys, well that's going to be it for me. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, leave a like on it and subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Comment down below what video it is. Socials, playlist, second channel, main channel, or down below description if you like other content for DJP. And with that being said, take care everybody. See you soon. Peace.